On this episode, Nick and I are drinking some Alarmist Footwork as we talk about the 312 Block Party, Revs Oktoberfest, So Hopped, and BeerHoptacular. All that and more on this week's episode. Here we are, hitting up events, drinking our way through Chicago beer, and trying not to miss a thing.
Yeah, because, the cork popped out, it flies like fucking 10 feet. We're like, yeah, let's do it.
All you have to do is add some fruit, stir it up, and ride that milkshake wave.
Whenever I see him, I gotta take a photo with the most decorated brewer in Chicago, Jonathan Cutler.
It'll be like the stuff you hear. Every time you go to Floyd's, all the music sounds like this. Raw, raw, raw.
Sometimes you want a small beer, but really, you want a big beer.
You gotta take in all those big aromatic hops.
Hey, what are you doing this weekend? Waiting in line for a bottle release?
Should have never been a fad. The black IPA is delicious.
Hey, and welcome to Chicago Beer Pass. I'm Brad Chmielewski.
Brad, what's up, man? I'm Nik White.
And although it's only been like a week and a half, we covered a lot. We put out 2 on-the-road episodes.
Good job by us.
Yeah, nice job. Cheers to that.
Yeah, man. Cheers.
We'll drink to that.
We'll drink to that, man. Cheers to us. I think one of 2 was the Midwest. What is it? It's a mouthful. Midwest Coast Brewing.
Yeah, who had their opening
lot
party
syllables
this past weekend. I believe was it the same day or the Friday? BeerHoptacular, but
yeah,
whatever. They had an opening event this weekend.
Yeah, opening a party with an Oktoberfest and all that jazz.
Yeah, we went over there, did a little impromptu interview, and it turned out great. Their beer is top notch. Like, I was tempted to go back because the beer was so good. I was like, I was just there. Do I go again? Like,
it was delicious, man. And then, I saw Mike Zoller, and apparently, like, his dad, cheers to Cameron Compton, who's a brewmaster over there. And apparently his dad used to own a hockey team, the San Jose Sharks, right?
Okay.
So I didn't know that.
No.
Yeah, his space is gorgeous. It's dog-friendly, kid-friendly. They got parking. And, yeah, like you said, above all that other stuff, the beer is really good.
Yeah.
ESB on deck. What do we have? The Shy PA, the Chicago-style IPA. That was fun. He showed us the expansion that he can have behind the tanks back there in the brew house.
There's tons of room, yeah.
Yeah.
He's got those big-ass fans.
Big-ass fans. Probably got it from Granger.com for the ones who get it done.
Yeah, we're not drinking any of that beer. Well, also, we always drink new beer on the show, and we got some new beer from Alarmist. We got the Footwork IPA.
I like this, man. It's close to 7%. This is a good old-fashioned IPA, man.
Yeah, this one's just getting down. Like, that's kind of the point of the record and everything on here. You just get down.
And then Footwork, of course, is that, Chicago staple where, the kids, like, are moving their feet, like, super fast back and forth. I can't move that fast. I'll catch a fucking asthma attack. But, yeah, man, little house music reference there.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little Chicago staple right there. Some goddamn Footwork, Brad.
Yeah, I dig it. I stopped into the tap room. Feels like forever ago now, but it was like 2 weekends ago, so I got cans of this. They were also pouring some of that Spicy Boy.
Oh, yeah. So is that what is it, Michelada or something? What's going on there?
Yeah, so they were doing Crispy Boy Micheladas, which is crazy because then I had a Michelada at BeerHoptacular too.
Pinche cabrones? No.
I don't know. Those guys were all over social media, and I didn't even know their name. They were going nuts, filming everything.
Yeah. This is cool, man. It's got your classic, citrus, floral pine, resinous, kind of spicy New World hops, man.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, we're going to dig on this can as we talk about a lot because we did a lot. So where do we start? How far did we go back?
I don't know. Cheers to Argus. We hung out at Argus.
Oh, yeah, that's another episode we shot.
Yeah, we were down in Pullman with Nick Lubo. He's a trip, man. I think that's the first time we've had a guest that, like, he slid on the shades before we started recording. That was fun. I did not know that the Rick and Morty cartoonists drew their logo here. Which, if you got the video version, we got the tackered up.
Yeah, I gotta hit him up because I talked about doing some I don't know, some stuff with that character.
Yeah, and then we talked about maybe hanging out at the Columbia Yacht Club, maybe doing something down there. All the things and all the classic spaces when you hang out with Argus, man.
Yeah, and they are real. I've now been there. This is an imaginary brewery Nick mentions when he hangs out on the south side.
Do you even exist? You're not in the book. Revolution doesn't think you exist. That was funny.
Yeah, cool space. I don't know. It was just like super interesting over there. Like I need to go and also be able to spend more time there. We were just kind of like in and out.
Yeah.
We did our thing. We bounced.
My favorite part was you drink. No, you wave, we drink.
Yeah.
So the brewery sits at a metro station. Across you from the metro. So as the metros are riding by, you wave. They drink, they wave back. You drink a beer. I got a couple of conductors that honk their horn too.
Cool.
So yeah.
So yeah, those were our 2 episodes on the road.
Yeah.
We should have one with Revolution coming up here soon. I don't know. We're just on the road a lot.
Man, we're mixing it up, and then Revolution is a gap in our classic Chicago series. Of the oldest breweries.
Now
in
that we
town.
have Argus.
See, we're knocking them out, man. Argus, now Rev, and I think that covers us. We don't have an official Haymarket one yet. But, but then we're getting close to covering all the classics. Mm-hmm.
But I do have some of that pills from Argus in the fridge.
Posh Pashki pills.
That's just a nice beer. But I figured we'd open the IPA because the Argus beer you can keep in your fridge for more than a couple weeks.
Yeah,
and
man.
it's going to be good.
I like Footwork, Aaron Dahl, and Trevor Hagen, the brewers on this one.
So I think on the next episode, we'll probably dive into that pills. So
Right on.
for that. All right. So those were on the road. I hit up the 312 block party
Oh, there you go.
that you missed out on.
I missed out on that. Yeah. I was a little intimidated, and then, had to do adult stuff, so I'm like, fuck it, I can't go.
Lame.
Yeah, that's me on a Friday.
But this was a really nice setup for it, especially it was just felt way more organized this time. Last year I didn't get in because it was so busy.
See?
So this year I got in. So
have-
that was like a huge plus.
I have fear that, I would suffer that same fate, Brad. So I was like, you know what, I'm not going. Yeah. So it was 2 days, right? And this is where they really bring the pain on all these BCS variants. They go into the vault, right? And all the variants are run through the Fulton Tap House, and then all the other beers they're trying to showcase are in these different warehouses along Fulton Street.
Yeah.
And apparently they own them all. Because it's like there's at least like 2 of them, at least 2 or 3. Right?
And Virtue Cider had, one of the whole warehouses, and they were showcasing a ton of ciders I hadn't seen yet. So that was cool. But the setup to get the rare variants, the BCS stuff, smoothest I've ever seen in the history of Goose Island.
No kidding. Now I'm mad I didn't go.
You just walked in, you dropped your token in, and you walked out all within 3 minutes. So they had, everything going. North Winds 27, Rumba, which is rum.
Oh, that's what rum is.
Yeah.
It's rum barrel aged BCS?
Yep.
Oh, right on.
That oatmeal stout,
BCS oatmeal.
that was good. And I had a few others that, I didn't take a picture of or remember. But Rumba and the oatmeal stout were like the 2 I was kind of like chasing.
Yeah, and I know double barrel BCS is one of the variants that's going to be out this year.
Yeah.
So, and I know that was there. Yeah, they nobody parties quite like them. Fuck, I don't know why I didn't go to this, man.
That was good.
Yeah.
They changed up their tokens though.
Yes, so you always the same token every year, but this year it's red, I think, right?
Yeah, I brought my tokens
Okay.
just in case.
Oh, you brought last year's tokens?
Yeah, because they sit in the bin with your Emporium tokens, your Goose Island token. I think there's a $1 off sketchbook token in there too.
Yeah.
And so they're in this thing, and they're like, oh, well, I should go. Maybe I can use these.
Maybe you'll go. No, they got a different color now.
Red. Jeez. Should have brought a Sharpie. Scribble.
Yeah. So I didn't know any of the acts this year. Well, I didn't know any last year, but I got introduced to Glitter Money last year, and Rick Wilson, who's a kid from down where Josh lives.
Okay,
Yeah.
not Rick Wilt.
Not Tricky Rick Wilt. The when his hair grows out, he kind of reminds you a little bit about who's the professor from Back to the Future.
Yeah, Doc Brown.
Yeah, he kind of reminds you of Doc Brown a little bit. I like Rick Wilt, you know.
So that was
Like, it matters, you know, when Goose Island started, you know, John was doing something else. Matters not what he was doing. It wasn't beer, so he wasn't cool yet. He's so good. I love Rick, man.
he's moving to Colorado.
Really?
Yeah,
Man.
He works for Founders, moving to Colorado.
Man. Yeah, I know. Goose Sweetwater Founders now in Colorado.
Yeah.
He's all in. All in.
Yeah, 312. I knew Jenny Lewis, so I was going for Friday night.
Yeah.
Jenny Lewis. It's cool.
All right. Right on.
Nice. But then you were, I think, that same day or maybe the next day, you were out in the burbs, Hubbard Cave, so hop.
Yeah, man. So hop. So this is another place where you didn't think existed, you know. They got a gigantic chimney. This is out in
I didn't.
man.
I
deep,
never denied the existence
deep.
of this because I didn't know.
Where was this place?
I couldn't even deny it because I didn't know it was a real thing.
This was Huntley. So Huntley's the place where Moore was building their second location, and that's what caused the brewmaster to take the whole squad and
He's
leave.
like, I'm not going to Huntley ever.
He's like, who the fuck told what? Where? Right. So Huntley, Illinois. Cheers to Chris Jacobson, man. Chicago Cargo Craft Beer. I was going to see him.
Yeah.
It's my annual visit to Crystal Lake. You know, so I'm like, well, dude, I heard this brewery's a thing. Let's go.
Yeah.
So I ended up at So Hot. Yeah. So it's SEW, and apparently it's the brewery project for the sewing machine company that sits next door.
Okay, so
Yeah.
so
It's a thing, you know. Yeah. So it's the Union Special Sewing Machine Company. So they sell industrial sewing machines, and then this is the space next door that was a farm for Borden's Milk.
am I supposed to know what
Borden's Milk's in the store right now, Brad. All right. For everybody else, you know, I know you've seen Borden's Milk. They probably even make ice cream. So it sits on Borden Street. And, you know, it's a straight up farm, man. It was Borden's Dairy Farm since 1908. So,
Okay.
and this place has been open since April. So it was cool. They had a little patio sitch. The coolest feature, of course, is this gigantic chimney. Yeah. And, straightforward American styles. I think I might have got the so hot, she's so blonde. Man, I'm turning into Rick Wilt this whole fucking episode.
Well, I kept calling Goose Island has that solo, and I was like, oh, you got that solo. And no one else was getting on board with that.
So I had the blonde, I had the blood orange wit. And, that was a good time.
Would you make it back up to Huntley for
is
that?
Hella far.
Okay.
That's out of my range. That's
Yeah.
that's out of my range.
That's, you on a trip and you stop in there kind of thing.
Yeah. I think we tapped some good stuff at Chris's place. Mm-hmm. So maybe he'll come down again and I'll go up again. You know, we'll do our 1-2 step. I see.
Well, he wants to come on a Beer Pass After Dark, right?
Yeah.
Our guests are lining up for this. We got Sergio.
One and only Beer Pass After Dark.
Wants to drink some Hill Farmstead with us on Beer Pass After Dark.
That's an essential brewery. And then I was telling Chris about it, and he's got we're talking about the phase 3 and how, you know, they all started to run together, you know, but then he starts pulling out all this hot butcher, and he's like, these have the similar characteristics of what you're speaking of.
Yeah.
So maybe if I don't drink them all, we'll do those. So I'm like, all right, I'll take you up on that.
Jeez.
We'll see, man. See, Beer Pass After Dark is, you know, it's something we've been talking about forever. That's why I'm excited about it. But then it's also cool because, you know, we get to dial in on a topic, and then we're completely unfiltered. And, you know, we break format, and we drink, and now we're going to have guests.
I guess so. Did one episode, and people are like excited about it, or I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, so those are in the hopper. For sure.
Well, one more thing about Goose Island, I did stop in because I saw them post. I think they do like these Whale Wednesdays or whatever, where they have like rare things that tapping at Fulton.
Okay.
And they were tapping the Apple Cart Stout.
Oh yeah.
So I went over there before BeerHoptacular and ended up getting the Apple Cart. Apple Cart was awesome. Like, it could be my favorite.
I don't even know what this is, man.
It was an Imperial Stout aged for 1 year in bourbon barrels with Macintosh and Granny Smith apples, cinnamon, and caramel.
Oh man.
It might be my favorite.
No kidding.
Yeah.
That sounds
Could be the weather.
Yeah. Sounds quite nice, Brad.
I'm all in.
Man, I dig that. Yeah, that sounds so good. I forgot what I was gonna say.
Yeah. I also had that same day. I had that barley wine from Dan over at Around the Bend.
Okay. Oh yeah, the 2-pack barley wine that he's selling, the one that's been in barrels.
Yeah, that's
What's the name of that beer, man?
Proximity. Is that no? I feel like that's
That beer's delicious, man.
yeah. That beer is great.
Yeah.
It's just sitting there.
That's a very underrated sitch right there. Yeah, that's a straight up English barley wine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's dangerous starting BeerHoptacular, going to Goose, and then getting some barley wine at district brew yards.
Yeah, you'd be a fucking mess doing that, man.
But I did it. I don't know.
But in other news, I did that. You know what I did that was kind of cool, man, is I made it to Capone's, the the unassuming craft beer destination that is the last place you would think sells craft beer. It has on the surface, it's just in a little strip mall next to like a gyro joint and next to like a little Mexican restaurant. And it just appears as though it's a straight up, Modelo fucking 30-pack
Yeah.
Miller Lite joint. Macro. It looks like a macro joint. Then you walk in and they have all types of heat. It's ridiculous. They did a customer appreciation party in the parking lot. And, I went to that Sox Fest a couple of weeks ago. And I'm like, dude, this complimentary event in the parking lot at this liquor store is way better tap wise than the fucking than the Sox Fest, man. Yeah, I was really impressed because everyone's latest stuff was there, so if Leg Effect or let's see, Phase 3 or Weiner, they got the actual reps pouring, who's
So
scoring.
Clint was there.
Well, Clint wasn't there.
Oh,
but
he's got someone else.
he's got reps now. Yeah.
What? Like it was a one-man super show.
they were all pouring like special stuff, fun stuff. Ran into Spiteful, Calvin Fredrickson from Spiteful, and he's like, yeah, I saw the intro for Beer Pass. Did you guys shoot that at Spiteful? I'm like, yeah, like we shot it at Spiteful. And
Yeah,
then
we shot
like,
a lot of stuff there.
yeah, and then we did a little bit of Half Acre, but most of it was at Spiteful. Yeah, then he bust out this barrel aged chocolate caliente. It's Malevolence Russian Imperial Stout. One from 16 and one from 2017.
Oh, cool.
Those were really fun. And then I'm just like, well, what the fuck is going on? Like Half Acre's got pouring, and this is all just kind of like a thank you to people who shop at the liquor store.
Isn't
So,
Orin in cans this
it's
week?
in Kansas. It was last week.
Oh, last
So I think they rolled out the original, but the variants are going to hold because something's up with the Canon line.
Yeah, okay.
You could get base and superstructure from Rev at this party. Yeah, and I got to hang out with the Weiner guys and try like 4 of their beers,
Oh, cool.
which is a real treat, man. So cheers to the Capone's liquor store.
Capone's. Yeah, I've never gone to Capone's.
Yeah.
I should fix that sometime.
Off color brought like 10 beers.
Okay.
That coffee down s'mores, yuzu fierce, the whole shebang.
They have so many good beers, but they have so many beers. Like that's kind of like they're all good. It's one of those breweries where you can't tell someone you have to get this. Like Dino S'mores is the one you remember the most, but there's not like you got to get this one because I forget all the names all the time.
Yeah, even on this list, Sparkles, Find Some Trouble, or or Stave Yard, or
Like-
Fox in the Snow.
Yeah.
Like these are titles you're not gonna remember. And then like to your point, they all feel like very short runs of beer.
Like Procrats, we've had on our little review, and I still have a bottle of that. Like that's great. Like they're always just good. Like, but I don't remember what the name is to be like, hey, have you had that one from?
Yeah, I'd like to hear them talk more about it, like because it seems like instead of having beers that you can reference, they just want you to go on this adventure with them. It's just like, hey, we decided to do X this month. You ride with us, and we'll explain it later. But
Yeah, maybe with the cans that might change.
yeah. Oh, because they're going into cans. Yeah. So, because I'm guessing their flagship's probably Troublesome, right? That's the one you see the most.
I guess, yeah, probably.
And but I really like
Fierce.
that. I like that dark beer. I always get this beer and a shot of whiskey when I'm at Big Star.
Okay.
Fuck, what's the name of that beer? It's like got honey in it and oats, and yeah, it's just like
See? Can't remember the names.
Yeah, it's true. Fuck, it's just an easy dark lager. It used to be year round. Now it's just their fall beer.
But then over the weekend, you went hard on a Revolution.
Oh man, yeah, the Revolution Block Party. Scurry. That's the beer I'm thinking of.
Scurry's good. Yeah, Scurry's good.
Yeah, Scurry's perfect with whiskey.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, man! Cheers to the Revolution, man! They did a little block party at I never go to Fulton. I never go to that location for some reason. The Milwaukee Brew Pub, the original brew pub. Oh, but yeah, man, this was the Revolution Oktoberfest block party. 2 days. The first day was Friday. That was Metal Friday, and then Saturday was just a
But all the metal got rained out.
Resin was the only crew that played. They sounded great. I had never heard them before, but yeah.
I think that's who employee. She wanted to see them, and I think got there and missed them. But SOB, that burger at Kuma's.
Okay, now it makes sense.
Yeah.
I remember Bong Ripper is either a beer or
Or a burger.
or a band that's always at Floyd's. Every time you go to Floyd's, they're playing Bong Ripper, or I've had it on tap.
My metal references are what are Three Floyd's beer names or Kuma's Burgers names?
Yeah, so that was cool. They they had a tent called the Roll Out the Barrels tent. So let me explain this. Full on block party, right? Mm-hmm. So it runs on Milwaukee, from California Blue Line stop all the way up to Fullerton. So that's a full block. I think it's a real block party.
A Fullerton block.
It's a Fullerton block. So they got this Roll Out the Barrels tent, which is like 4 beers at a time of their barrel age series. So I had Cuvée de Grace, I guess that's how we're saying it. That's coming out this year.
Okay.
Right? And then La Petite Death, which was like a version of a version of Death Star that was aged partially in cognac barrels.
Ooh.
Yeah. Cool. And of course, coffee bean gene.
All right. I saw the video where they, put Bean Gene or Eugene in a coffee bag and Bean Gene came out. So.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that sounded interesting.
So the only beers you could get were their Oktoberfest beer, aside from the barrel aged stuff. Oktoberfest beer, Ghost Ride, which is their Kolsch, one of their Session Saisons. I want to say it was a plum one. I'm sorry, Session Sours.
Okay.
And Fist City. So that was the main 4 beers you could get.
Okay.
Yeah, you get a Stein for $12, and then you fill it for $9, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to find out if we do make it there for an interview. What's up with Cross of Gold? Because I was at Whole Foods. I tweeted a picture that the Parsons can is now in cans.
The one that they made for Parsons.
You can buy. Right next to it is Fist City. Cross of Gold's gone, huh?
Cross of Gold won a gold.
But it's
gone.
You don't have this Parsons beer, Fist City, and Cross of Gold.
Yeah.
That's too much of the same.
I guess Cross of Gold, and the Fist City, not the Fist City, Cross of Gold and the Parsons beer are probably too similar in styles, right? Because Cross of Gold's an English summer mild ale, like a golden mild or something.
Yeah.
So but then that Parsons beer couldn't be too much different from that, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah. So maybe there's too much crossover there. Maybe. I don't know.
Yes. Yeah. If you're like someone who drinks Michelob Ultra, you're not getting like Michelob Light too, right?
I already had Ultra.
I had Ultra. I don't need Light, so I don't need the Parsons beer.
That's true. I guess you gotta pick one.
Yeah. So it's gonna be Parsons.
We saw Aaron Kiefer, who used to work at Goose. He's been at Rev for a while, and he was super excited about the variants on tap at the launch for Death, which I believe is October 18th.
Oh, cool.
17th or 18th, right? So apparently there's a maple version of Death Star that'll be there, and a double cafe version. So double double the malt, double the coffee on the cafe, double cafe Death. That was actually very exciting to hear.
When is that?
That's I want to say October 17th. That's the first one. So that'll be Cafe Death, Death Star, and I want to say Death by Plums. That's the first rollout. They got 10 beers. They're doing it all season.
Yeah, we got to get over there and find out all these details.
Yeah.
So many questions.
So I'm excited to visit that when we talk to them. Mm-hmm. And then it was nice that they had those 9 beers there. Everyone was waiting on Cherry Eugene. So I was like, yeah, I kind of want Cherry Eugene too, man. But I'm not gonna hang out here because it's raining. It rained all weekend. So
right.
We just gotta figure this out another time, man.
But you got your little blue plastic Stein.
Got my blue plastic Stein, and
Josh Death, I saw was rocking his Lederhosen.
Yeah.
You wear yours?
I did not. I was jealous of that hat. Grassroots was there. They let you take a photo booth to make you a little GIF, and then you can put a little Oktoberfest hat on your GIF.
Oh, I
So
think I
did-
saw that.
yeah, I did one of those.
Shalonda after Beer Check
Yeah.
tweeted that out or shared that. Yeah,
Yeah, she was there on the Saturday session. Cheers to her.
nice,
And yeah, it was a good hang out in right in front of the pub, man.
nice. So you went Friday, and then you went Saturday, and then from there you went to BeerHoptacular. You got in your helicopter, and you made it over to Villa Veraport.
Airport. And what neighborhood is that? Is that Little Italy?
I think so.
yeah,
Well, it's UIC campus.
Yeah, you're at Roosevelt and Ashlandish.
Yeah.
So this is the second time they've had it there.
Okay. I missed last year, so I didn't have like a reference point.
Yeah.
Josh Segal said some of the helicopters were inside, so they couldn't like go all the way to the wall like they did last year. So they had a little more space, but
Okay. Yeah, and then I noticed that you can get in a helicopter for $55. That's an 8-mile ride.
right, I heard it's like 5 minutes.
Right. And then
It's shorter than the bathroom line.
if you bathroom line was crushed. It was crushed for the bathroom.
I think people were pissed on this bathroom.
I think we left. We were like, what do we do? Do we go to the pisser or do we leave? I think we ended up leaving. Yeah. But then you could get into a 20-minute ride, but that's like $170 a person.
Okay.
So, that's a premium. I'm out at that point. 55 I was considering.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, just give me the player price, just give me 2 for 50.
Yeah.
No.
Is there a bathroom on the helicopter?
And can you piss? No. And can you piss out this helicopter? They're settling into that venue, which is nice.
It's all right. Like that crowd, I had never seen any of those people before. That is a crowd that just wants to drink beer. They don't necessarily know craft beer.
They're there to discover.
They're there. This reminds me of early beer fest days. I haven't gone to a Lou Dog event in a while, but this one, it just felt like it was appealing to everybody.
Yeah.
And not the people that are already drinking craft beer, because they probably went to the Rev thing or they went to the Midwest Coast Brewing opening or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. There were a few. I had BCS. BCS Midnight Orange was there. Black Ops, which is a barrel aged version of their chocolate stout from Brooklyn, that was there.
Yeah. Well,
And what
Goose
else?
has so much.
They got a lot of BCS.
They just bring it to everything.
We've talked about this. Like, you don't have to.
Do not wait in line for BCS.
November 29th, you don't have to stand out in the cold because if you live here, you'll find it.
Yeah, everyone and
before the next year
and
comes out.
variants you've never heard of, like Apple Cart. Also had Shamrock finally.
Yeah, you had Shamrock? I never had
was good.
Shamrock.
Shamrock was good. Yeah, Shamrock was what is everything you think it is,
Oh,
and
man.
it's like, yeah, I don't need any more of that. Like it's one of those like, yep, that's what I thought.
Man,
Yeah, I had Shamrock.
trying to think. Dovetail had the Creek. Not the $24 a bottle 2017 or 2018 Creek.
You went down what 2-3 pours? Of that?
I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go back. Let me get another one of those. Matter of fact, I'll just, if I had my Red Solo cup, I'd have just filled that.
So I made it my mission to try everyone's Oktoberfest. Everyone
Right.
who had one. There was some fest beers. I didn't try fest beers because fest beers are like lighter versions of Oktoberfest, right? Whatever the
It's confusing.
rule is.
There's
So
a thin line.
all Oktoberfest and Marzens is
Right
what I
on.
went down on.
Right on. So you're talking, well, of course, Metro was there. Saw Doug
Right.
and Tracy there.
Yeah. So I'll give you the top.
Okay.
So my top one is going to be Three Floyds,
Really?
the Munsterfest.
Munsterfest.
I think because I like the hop bite. Like, it's heavily hopped, as
Yeah.
you would think from Three Floyds.
Yeah.
So if you're not down with that, whatever. Second would be Metros.
Right on. I had a sip of theirs and I enjoyed it.
I was drinking many Oktoberfest, and then I
Yeah.
got to them. I'm like, I need a good one. Like, I've had some others, and I was like, I need one that I know is good.
Right.
And so then I got theirs, and I was like, all right, I reset.
You can
I was
count-
like,
you can
this
count on
one
them.
is the best. Like, really, like, Floyd's is just a hopped up Oktoberfest. So it's tough to say because just those hops pulled me in. But Metro. And then the third one was Scorched Earth.
No shit.
Yeah, Scorched Earth was the sleeper in this.
Algonquin, Illinois. Hello. You know, they switching gears a little bit at Belgian Fest a couple years ago. They won Belgian Fest with a farmhouse ale, Scorched Earth, and they just make sneaky good beers.
Yeah, they had some. I think they had a couple other things there that were good, and so. But those were the top three. Temperance was good. I would say it was my fourth, but it was like weird. Like there was something. It was like just different. And then like Crystal Lake, Goose, Brooklyn were all just like good Oktoberfest.
Yeah. So you like the amped up version of the Floyd's one, and you like the Metro one, and you like the Scorched Earth one.
Yeah, those were good.
Yeah.
I'll keep my least favorite off tape.
All right.
But yeah, that was a good time. We didn't stay till the end because you had to pee, and then
Dude, what do we do here?
there was a lot of food. I think you could easily get food, but you couldn't easily go to the bathroom. So I think one less food truck and like 4 more porta potties.
Yeah, I had a sausage fest. That was the name of the food truck I had.
Oh.
I was like, this is cool. Yeah. Then I went for the, the non-meat sausage version.
Okay.
The not dog. I went for the not dog.
Okay.
It was like pig in a blanket style, but instead of a biscuit, it was just like they cut out a French roll and stuck it in there.
Like a calzone kind of
Right.
weird thing.
Right. So that was solid. I mean, yeah, it was a good party. Guncraft was there.
We did not have any of this.
The water, the
Box water.
The box water was next to Guncraft. So Brad's like, go buy Guncraft, man. They got these fucking, these desecrated American flags, in different colors. One had a thin blue line. The other one had a thin red line.
Right. Well, they were, a lot of people would know them as the Black Lives Matter flags. And then those have been co-opted for Blue Lives. And I believe the red stripe is the firefighter.
Supposed to be the firefighter. Supposed to be firefighters and cops. The blue and red, right?
Sure.
But, so it's a known thing, right? So there's been like tons of reports. Even there's a courthouse in Oregon, right, where like they had this Blue Lives Matter flag up, and it was taken down because it's a known fact that neo-Nazis and white supremacists have hijacked this flag as a symbol of their thing. So when the shit went down in Charlottesville and folks got killed, trying to protest these Nazis that were there, right? Because those Nazis had the same flag, right? So it was a strange dynamic over there in that corner, right?
Yeah, the tap handles were guns.
All guns. So this is Barrington, Illinois, Guncraft Brewing.
Yeah, they were. Sergio knew what they were for some reason, but they're like not AK-47s. They're like the American version of the AKA, whatever they are. And that they were not pouring a lot of beer.
Yeah.
There was people I think just avoiding that and not. This was a weird thing.
Yeah. So there's a history of the term, the thin blue line, right? And it dates all the way back to 1854. It was like a battle formation of the British Army when they went against Russia or something, right? Then they described it as that. So it can't, the thin blue line, the thin red line, these are old terms, but we're talking the modern interpretation of these terms. It's supposed to be for police officers at one point, but even police are denouncing these. And then on top of that, you're taking the American flag and changing the fucking colors, man. What the fuck are you doing? You leave the fucking flag alone, what the fuck? Sorry. Get more excited, man.
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was there.
It was. That one was odd. I think. I don't know. I don't have anything more to say than that. It was out of place.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But this is something I think as beer gets more popular, we're gonna have to embrace at some point, right? Because there's a One Alliance Brewing down in this is near Marionette Parks. This is Park Ridge, right? One Allegiance Brewing, and their tagline is One Nation, One Language, and all this other shit. All this stuff that's it's clearly, on the side of some bullshit, right? Everyone who's some white only bullshit, right? Like that, right? Fuck everyone that's not white kind of thing. That's what that implies. Right.
That's a strange thing. I would say, or at least I thought, a lot of people that were craft beer people were more on the left side.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but they often were because they were like something different. You
Yeah.
know, you're the same. You're just gonna drink your Miller Lite, which is fine,
Yeah.
but nothing wrong with it. But yeah,
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah,
Beer has always been something that brings everyone together,
Yeah.
right? And then like Prohibition kind of destroyed that for us, and so at some point this is something we'll have to address at some point.
Yeah.
It's creeping in to the fabric that America. Here we go. No, but the things in society that are problematic from a race-driven standpoint that don't necessarily always affect beer seems like they're seeping into beer. That's what I meant to say.
oh yeah, okay.
That's what I meant to say.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's extra weird in a Chicago beer fest, but
The flag is red, white, and blue. Quit fucking with the flag. All right. All right. So we'll switch gears.
so then we went over to Mars
Yeah.
in the middle of nowhere.
My geotag says McKinley Park, which I've never heard of as a place.
Serge and I left there and we walked to the red line.
Wow. Whoa. Where's the red line? Wait, on 35th?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's like a mile and a half.
mile and a
man.
half. And as we're getting closer, we'll go back to Mars, but we're like, oh shit, the Sox are playing right now.
Yeah.
And we check our phone. It's like the top of the ninth, and we're like, we gotta get on this train
There's
before.
gonna be it's gonna be a huge crush. Everyone's gonna be packed.
Yeah,
out.
so we made it on the train before. Like people were starting to leave because the Sox were losing,
That's what you do.
the
At a
time.
Sox game, you don't usually stay the whole game.
and we're like, we gotta get on this train. This was a horrible mistake. But yeah, a mile and a half. If you're gonna walk it, you got a mile and a half. You have a Parsons in between. No, you have an Antique Taco in
Yeah.
between Sox Park and Mars.
Yeah, and like some museums, right,
Yeah.
that are not open on Saturday night.
No.
Yeah.
All right, but we were at Mars,
Yeah.
which was a cool little stop because I never make it over there.
You never go. I have had the Jumbo Mumbo, right? That was their oat and wheat hazy IPA.
Mm-hmm.
Someone brought around their Berliner Weiss, which was
Pickle?
the pickle beer.
Yeah.
It was Berliner Weiss with dill.
Mm-hmm.
That was fun. Yeah, we met the Forager guy. Past the Hops is his name.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's from Forager, which is in not St. Paul,
He-
Rochester.
Right. He
Minnesota.
lives in St. Paul. Or grew up in St. Paul.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I haven't heard much about them, so I'm gonna have to kind of look them up next time I'm in that area. And I know Sergio, he goes up there all the time.
Yeah.
So we'll probably hear more about them and find out what they're doing.
Yeah. What else did I try at Mars? Mars, they make kombucha now. They got a tropical kombucha. And they had like this little section in the back that was an art gallery. Which like some super, futuristic art shit. Now it's just an arcade, free
Yeah.
play, which is a much better call.
Probably figure out how do we get people to come here.
Yeah.
It was Saturday night. Not a lot of people there.
There's food, which I didn't know.
There's food.
I didn't know
I
there
got
was food.
food. Yeah. The beer is well above the food. Like the food is
Okay.
just
I didn't try
the food is fine. But
Yeah.
do not go to Mars for the food. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Nice little stop, only 3 miles south of Beer Hop.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's cool. Maybe that was like my annual trip to Mars.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Do not walk that from it's just not that it's not.
It's a mile and a half, man.
It's a mile and a half. It's far.
I'm not walking a mile and a half.
I was
Mile and a half is like going from, we were saying it's like going from Dovetail all the way up to Urban Renewal and Koval, right? Like you could do it.
Yeah, I think it was a perfect thing after a beer fest because you were at that point where it's like, I'm going to keep drinking and it's going to be a bad Sunday. Or I could walk this mile and a half and feel better about my life.
It's something, there's something we don't talk about a lot.
And so we
Yeah.
we did that. It was a nice day. Any cooler, it would have not been good.
Yeah. At Beer Hop, the michelada there was Pinches Miches.
Oh, nice.
Premium michelada. They had a cute cucumber one. That's the one I tried.
Okay, I had cucumber too. A little too much cucumber, but
Yeah.
it was good.
It was fun though. It was a nice little wrinkle in the.
They're down
the
in
fest.
what, Joliet or Elgin?
I don't really see
I
it.
forget what he said.
They got the 4 stars on their bottle though.
Okay.
Pinches Miches.
Yeah. I think I asked him. I was like, "Oh, are you having a hard time telling people like what a michelada is versus a Bloody Mary?" And basically like, it's just a beer Bloody Mary. That's kind of how you describe it. And that's
Perennial had a stout at that thing too. That was good.
I didn't even have any of them. Fuck.
Yeah, they're next to the Pintes Mites.
That's right.
Yeah, so that was a good stout.
Oh, all right. I feel like that covers everything we went to, right?
I feel good about it, man.
Ooh. All right. So what do we got coming up this week? Any new events? Anything to mention?
Yeah, we'll talk about Saturday. Rare and Wild Beer Fest at the Field Museum is this Saturday.
Oh, cool.
That is a eat, drink, and play event from 7 to 11. So apparently folks are bringing their special sauce to this party. Eat, drink, and play. That's a crew that told us to fuck off because, you know.
Told you.
Right. Not me. Not Brad. They
Probably would.
Because they do the Chicago Beer Fest at Union Station.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. They were like, nah.
You. No.
You know what they told me, I probably told the story already. They said, I don't know, Nick, if you should come to this party, because last time we invited you to a party, you told us we were cute for an ugly girl. And I was like, A, this is the best email I've ever read in my life. And then B, you read my story. So that's a double. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, but they're partying at Field Museum,
cool.
which is a nice backdrop.
Yeah.
So I took a look at the tap list, and yeah, everyone's bringing all kinds of like, you know, one-off barrel-aged stuff or, you know, some cool oak-aged sour stuff. Yeah. Chicago Pizza Summit is this weekend. Last year it was at there's always beer at this thing.
Yeah.
Last year it was at Talia Hall. This year it's going to be at Theron on the Lake, where Cletus from Fountainhead is.
Okay, I feel like you went. Did you go last year?
I went last year.
Yeah, you and Josh Riley went. I think.
Maybe I don't know if he was at that one.
Oh, okay. I feel like.
But yeah, because he don't come up all the time.
Yeah.
It was good though. That's a good party. A little overload. It was fun though. Yeah. Oh, but man, I forgot how many chain pizza joints.
Right. That's like when you went to that Italian beef one at Rev. What's that, Rev? Yeah.
The Great Italian Beef
and like
Festival.
There's really only 3 Italian beef places.
Yeah, it's
4
like
maybe.
Mr. Beef, Portillo's,
Al's,
and Bona.
Yeah.
And I don't think Portillo's showed up, so it was really just Mr. Beef, Al's, and fucking Bona.
Yeah.
But then they had the founders come up and do like
and Mr. Beef has like one spot.
Yeah, yeah. They got a spot on Orleans, but then the original Mr. Beef's like in Homer Glen.
Oh, okay.
Which is like, I don't know.
Out
there. It's like by Orland, right? Homer Glen. It's like way
south.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like super far south, super far west. Yeah.
By Scratch Brewing. All the way. No, that's
it's down just outside of Springfield. Oh man. Yeah. So
cool.
But yeah, that's it for parties, man.
Nice. Any news before we get out here? We kept this pretty legit. 40 minutes.
I feel good about it. I feel better. We got it.
Yeah.
We're work in progress.
In and out.
You know? Cheers to Half Acre. They have a their wild ale program is doing things. It's a nice program. Oh, they got a new logo for the wild ale program, so it's going to be the wizard. And they got these little wizard stickers when you go to Lincoln. Oh. Yeah, so that's like their official rollout as a sticker. And then Prop Day, Goose Island Prop Day. That's going to be on November 17th. That's the week after FOBAB. And the lottery is live. The only way you can get tickets is to enter into the lottery and be selected. So,
okay.
The lottery is live. I haven't entered yet.
I didn't enter. Yeah.
So
I probably can just drink this, on any given Thursday.
Any given Thursday. You can with Prop Day, you get tokens to drink probably all of the variants, but then also you get to buy 2 bottles of Prop and 1 bottle of Cafe Diola, which is one of the ones in the 2019 lineup. So if I got this right, Cafe Diola is Intelligentsia coffee in BCS with cassia bark, orange peel, and panela sugar.
Panela,
yeah. I don't know what panela sugar is, man.
I don't know. I always just have more questions for people when I hear this thing.
That's fans with fancy chef terms. I do know cassia bark is like the beginning stages of cinnamon, or it's a form of cinnamon, like an earthier, less sweet version of cinnamon.
Right.
Yeah. So it started at that time, man. It'll be BCS season in no time.
Mm-hmm. Well, I've been drinking it like nonstop every week.
Yeah, I Yeah, I had a barley wine. The barley wine's pouring good now. The coffee barley wine from last year, nice Tootsie Roll vibes. And that one is pouring really good. Yeah.
Cool. Nice. All right. Well, I think that's going to do it for this week's episode. Everyone should keep an eye out for some news that Bulldog is going to announce.
Really?
So they got some stuff coming out on Friday around GABF, and so it's super exciting for them. So keep a lookout on their feeds.
Yeah, man, and cheers to everyone going to the oldest, largest craft beer festival in America, the Great American Beer Fest, which is happening this weekend.
Yeah.
Can't wait to talk about the awards in the next show. And Bulldog is making their debut at this fest, I believe, this weekend.
Yeah. They will be there, but I don't think they said they submitted beer.
Oh.
They will be there with other news.
I just lied to you, Chicago.
Yeah. Around the Bend has beer there, and Burnt City has beer there. And I did hear that a fourth brewery is coming into District Brew Yards.
Ooh.
Dan would not tell me who. They knew I would spoil it. So, lots of news over there happening. So, cool. All right, Nick, where can people find you, get in touch when we're not here?
Right on, man. I'm on Twitter at Nicosio.
And I'm on Twitter at BRAD, Chicago Beer Pass, Twitter, Instagram, always lots of good, sexy beer photos.
Sexy as fuck.
Yeah. And we'll be back next week with another episode. Take care.
Cheers.